Yeah.
Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. NC State, Wake Forest, the ACC Atlantic Division on the line. What more could you possibly ask for? Welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. Ready to break down everything you need to know for the ACC Atlantic Championship this Saturday night between the Wolfpack of NC State and the Deamon Deacons of Wake Forest. Two teams that, had you been told a couple months ago, if they were fighting for the Atlantic Division title, you would have laughed at them. You wouldn't have believed it. But yet here we are, the winner going to take home this division crown. So again, guys, welcome back to the Gridiron Expert. As always, make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, and share our videos. And of course, check out everything down in the description below. So much exclusive content there for you guys and big time offers there for you guys to help you make some money. Go check out PrizePicks. Go check out BetNow. Go check out MyBookie. Use our promo code right down there in the description to go sign up for MyBookie today. Start making some money. Get that sign-up bonus. And, of course, use our expert picks over there as well. Some of the best college football and NFL spread picks in the country for one of the lowest prices in the country. A year-long subscription, guys, that I promise you, you do not want to miss out on. So we take a look at this game in the ACC Atlantic, guys, and this is a big one. I mean, we can't stress it enough. You know, every year we tend to have a game like this in some conference. You know, earlier this year we claimed that the SEC East Championship was between Kentucky and Georgia. You know, we've seen this happen in the Big Ten. You know, we could see that again in the Big Ten with Ohio State and Michigan. We're seeing it now with NC State and Wake Forest. In the Atlantic Division that for years has been dominated by Clemson, has never even been close or competitive. Now the Tigers, more than likely, barring some crazy turn of events, will be unable to win this division. Wake Forest is 5-0 in conference play. NC State is 4-1. So if the Deamon Deacons can win this game, they all but lock up the Atlantic crown. If NC State wins this game, they will be 5-1. Will, of course, own the tiebreaker over Wake Forest, but obviously will not have as much room for error as maybe Wake Forest would be, sitting at 6-0. So this is a huge game. Winner takes control of the conference, sole control of the conference, the division, we should say, and controls their own destiny, getting to that ACC title game, where unfortunately, regardless of who wins it, whether it's the winner of the Atlantic, the winner of the Coastal, neither ACC team will make the college football playoff. And Wake Forest ensured that with their loss to North Carolina last week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the offenses here. We'll start with NC State. The Wolfpack guys are about as efficient as anybody in the ACC. They're about as efficient as anybody in this conference. They're averaging 31.1 points per game, and that is all thanks to their star quarterback in Devin Leary, who is playing lights-out football. Over 2,400 passing yards, 25 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. I think he's done a phenomenal job bouncing back from that broken leg that he suffered last year. He is averaging 278.1 passing yards per game, and the Wolfpack can light it up real quick. I mean, think about it, guys. You want to talk about efficiency. The lowest point total, you take away the one bad loss to Mississippi State. I wouldn't even say it's a bad loss, just a bad performance, where the Wolfpack lost 24-10. Take that game away, the lowest amount of points they've scored all year is 27. Lowest really is 10 against Mississippi State. You scratch that, the lowest since then, 27. Very, very impressive for Dave Doeren and his Wolfpack squad. We focus so much on the passing game. We focus so much on Devin Leary and what he's able to do with the Wolfpack. We kind of disregard the rushing attack for the Wolfpack and how great they are. They've got Zonovan Bam Knight at running back, 617 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. You've got Ricky Person Jr., 487 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. The Wolfpack are only averaging 136.8 rushing yards per game, but clearly they seem a little bit better than that. And they have 2 capable running backs, guys, each having rushed over 400 yards that can carry that load, take some pressure off of Devin Leary, and obviously shows that the Wolfpack offense, they're not one-dimensional. They can beat you either way. When you look at Wake Forest, it is evident that the Deamon Deacons own the offensive edge because they have one of the best offenses, not just in the ACC, but in the country. The Deamon Deacons have scored at least 35 points in every game this year. They have not been held to under 35 points. They're averaging 44.7 points per game. They're averaging 508.7 yards per game, including a whopping 321 passing yards per game from their quarterback, Sam Hartman, who has thrown for over 2,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions. So both quarterbacks are putting up great stats. And the key number for me, guys, is how well these two quarterbacks are taking care of the football. Combined 8 interceptions between the two. It's very, very impressive. You look at Hartman, how well he's playing. He's not getting Heisman talk. No one's talking about him, how well he's playing. Yet here comes Sam Hartman throwing for at least 324 yards in each of the last 5 games, including 2 400-yard passing games against Army and Duke. Both of those, of course, resulting in wins. And despite the loss last week to North Carolina, Hartman still put up 398 passing yards. This offense is ridiculous, guys. Hartman is ridiculous. And he, of course, has one of the top wide receivers in the conference, a potential first-round draft pick, and Jakari Roberson, 848 reception yards, 8 reception touchdowns, has had over 100 reception yards in 4 of the last 5 games. So this offense, guys, Hartman has his top receiver in Roberson. They've got a solid rushing attack that's rushing for over 180 rushing yards per game. Wake Forest is balanced, they're electric, they're explosive, and they do own the offensive edge over the Wolfpack. However, NC State 100% owns the defensive edge over the Deamon Deacons. This NC State defense, guys, is being slept on. And if anybody's going to shut down Wake Forest, it could be Dave Doran's squad. Because the Wolfpack are allowing just 16 points per game. That's it. 16 points per game. They're allowing just 321.4 total yards per game. Let's keep in mind that Wake Forest is averaging 321.1 passing yards per game. NC State's only allowing 321.4 total yards per game. 220 through the air, a little over 100 on the ground. And that's a key number there, too, because while everybody wants to focus on Wake Forest and their passing game, again, the Deamon Deacons are averaging over 180 rushing yards per game. If NC State can bottle it up, Sam Hartman can beat you through the air, but it's never good for an offense to be solely one-dimensional. And that is what the Wolfpack are going to try to do. The Wolfpack are going to try to take away the rushing attack from Wake Forest and force Hartman to win the game solely through the air, which will, in theory, make things a little bit easier for an NC State secondary that has already racked up 10 interceptions this year. In addition to everything we just said about NC State, think about this. The most points they've allowed all year was 31 in that 1-point loss to Miami. An upset loss to Miami on the road. That's the most points they've allowed all year, 31. That's it. Not many teams can say that. That is how good this NC State squad is on the defensive side of the ball. Very, very slept on across the country. You look at Wake Forest, their defense is abysmal. So you've got a Wake Forest, in our first game of the week between Texas A&M and Ole Miss, we said the clash of style. It's A&M's defense versus Ole Miss's offense. It's kind of similar here. It's NC State's defense versus Wake Forest's offense, because this Wake Forest defense is abysmal. They allowed 58 points last week to North Carolina, including 546 total yards, 330 of those coming on the ground. The Deamon Deacons are allowing 27.7 points per game. They're allowing 219.3 passing yards per game. And the worst number for me is the fact they're allowing 216 rushing yards per game. So Bam Knight, Ricky Person Jr., this is your game. This is your opportunity to take the load off of Devin Leary. We said the Wolfpack are only averaging a little over 135 rushing yards per game. They could easily explode for at least 200 in this game. Easily. Because I would not be surprised to see NC State recognizing how poorly Wake Forest has played against the run. And yes, I know one of those games was against Army, where the Black Knights put up over 400 rushing yards. I get that. But still, take that game away, and they're still allowing well over 180 or so rushing yards per game on the year. Wake Forest defense is not good, and it can be exploited. So I expect NC State to rely a little bit heavily on the run, which in turn will set up the play action. The biggest thing the Wolfpack have to do, guys, is hold on to the football. Wake Forest already has 10 fumble recoveries this year. They have 8 interceptions, so 18 total turnovers. The Deamon Deacons force turnovers at a better rate than the Wolfpack do, and that's going to be the key here, guys, is making sure if you're NC State, you do not turn the ball over. You're on the road, you can't afford it already, but getting and giving Wake Forest's offense more opportunities on the field, they're going to convert it into points. That's how good Sam Hartman is. That's how efficient Sam Hartman is. Pretty much any opportunity they have on the field, they're going to get some sort of points out of it. Even if it's just a field goal, the Deamon Deacons will convert. So you got to hold on to the football. The Deamon Deacons, of course, doing a great job of taking it away. So what's going to happen, guys? What's going to happen on Saturday night? This is a game that isn't getting talked about nearly enough. It's the division championship game pretty much, guys. I know the season still has a few weeks away from being over. But again, the winner of this game is in the driver's seat. And both look like they're going to be in a prime position, regardless of who wins, to keep maybe winning out and clinching the division and facing maybe Pittsburgh in the ACC title game. So this is huge. No one's really talking about it. That's why it's our game of the week, one of our games of the week, because that's how big this game is. It's a top 25 matchup. It's two great quarterbacks going at it, two great offenses going at it. It's just a matter of can NC State's defense slow down Wake, and can Wake get one or two key stops to pull away, get up by double digits, and maybe that could be a lead that's insurmountable for the Wolfpack. So in this game, guys, I am going to go with Wake Forest. I am going to go with Dave Clawson and the Deamon Deacons, a team that blew an 18-point lead last week to North Carolina, so probably should have beat the Tar Heels as we're unable to close it out. They did lose 58-55. Their defense did play terribly, but their offense can make up for that. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I wholeheartedly believe that Wake Forest comes into this game angry after that loss to North Carolina, because that loss to UNC ruined any small chance of Wake Forest sneaking into the college football playoff. It ruined their undefeated season. But their chance at a New Year's Six bowl game, their chance at an ACC title, which is few and far between for the Deamon Deacons, is still alive. And at home, they will not lose this game. Dave Clawson will not allow the Deamon Deacons to lose this game at home. They will power through behind the strength of their offense, an offense that really no one has been able to figure out how to stop this year. And as great as NC State's defense is, I don't think the Wolfpack will be the first team to shut down Sam Hartman and the Deamon Deacons. So give me Wake Forest, angry after a loss, bouncing back at home to all but clinch the ACC Atlantic in what I do believe will be a high-scoring affair on Saturday night. So guys, there you have it. We're taking the Deamon Deacons to win and ultimately clinch a spot in the ACC title game. And again, if you had said that a few weeks ago, a few months ago, everybody would have laughed at you. Everybody wouldn't have believed you. It's just that type of year in college football, but you gotta love it. So there you go, guys. There's your prediction, our final game of the week prediction before we get into NFL on Friday. And then boom, we got college football again on Saturday, and we repeat the cycle. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below. That includes PrizePicks, that includes MyBookie, that includes BetNow, and that includes our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Do not miss out on these offers, guys. They are there for you. They are there for you to take advantage of. They are there to help you make some money, some of the best offers for some of the lowest prices, and some of the best picks in the country. So take advantage of them. Go sign up today. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.